What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, back at it with another ranking. And today, since a new Fear Street movie dropped on Netflix this Friday, why not rank every single of the Fear Street movies from the worst to the best, in my personal opinion, of course. But before we get to actual beginning of the video itself, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, absolute freedom to also maybe able to YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I recommend the video to more people, and maybe they could join. And do feel free to comment your rankings down below. But with that being said, guys, let's go into as well, I would just like to point out, I was originally supposed to do a full-on review series for this. I actually have the full-length review of the first film on my YouTube channel, and I was supposed to review the second, third film, and the newest film, but unfortunately, it just got a little too late, unfortunately, to review those, because I record these videos and movie reviews very late at night, so I apologize in advance for those that were excited for that, but you will hear my thoughts on them in this video right here. And as well, a disclaimer right here, I don't think any of these movies are bad. I do enjoy all of them. Alright, so, but by default, one has to come in last place. And last place, unfortunately, I actually have the newest film, Fear Street Prom Queen, in last place. Which, as I said before, I still do like this film. I do enjoy the throwback 80s prom aesthetic to it, kind of similar to, like, Prom Night from that time frame, which I still have not seen, I admit, but when you ever go back in time and try to implicate stuff into that era, that kind of always adds a little charm to the movie for me, and it does that here. Kill's pretty decent for the most part. There's one in particular that I thought was pretty mean kill, even though the ending result I thought was going to be more brutal than it actually was, I will admit, but the build up to it I thought was pretty decent. The problems with this movie, that the reason why it comes in last place for me is, number one, and also this is a whodunit slasher, so I kind of enjoy those movies. But the problem with the movie is, I have two. Number one, the killer reveals I thought were so blatantly obvious. I mean, even people watching their first ever horror movie probably wouldn't be surprised by the killer reveals in this film. Like, I was very surprised that they decided to do the most obvious reveal possible. And as well, I don't think the characters are all that, I don't think the characters are the best in here. Maybe besides one character I'll say in here, I think, like, the main character's best friend in here is pretty decent, but as for everyone else, they're just run-of-the-mill. They're characters that you've seen before that you don't really care if they live or die. Even the main character in here, she doesn't have that much stand out about her. Basically, she kind of goes through the same thing Carrie goes through in Carrie, but she doesn't have any supernatural powers or anything, and there's a killer on the loose, and everybody's thinking it's her or whatever. So she doesn't really have anything stand out going for her. But as I said before, still enjoyed this film, but it's probably the most flawed out of the franchise so far. But now, coming in at number 3, the first film, Fear Street 1994. Which, out of the OG trilogy, this is my least favorite. Just because my big issue, I'll get it right out of the way immediately, is that so the title of the movie is Fear Street 1994. I believe that's, the year. And it does not feel like it's in the 90s whatsoever. It feels as if it's in the 80s instead. So I thought that was a major letdown, especially for the title of the movie being Fear Street 1994. Characters, I think, are are better in the sequel than this one. I mean, I'm talking in particularly about the third film. I think they're better characters in that one. But in this one, they're okay. I think the characters are better than Prom Queen, but still, they're not the best. Kills in here, probably the weakest out of the franchise for me, personally. But still thoroughly enjoy it. Interesting concept with this little witch, this little witch that's causing all these, different zombies to chase after people. So, I thought that was fun, and it does have a certain fun aesthetic to it as well, with it being inspired by Goosebumps and such. So, I did enjoy that. So, yeah, this comes in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, though, I have Fear Street 1978. This is pretty close with my number 1 for my favorite, but I still majorly enjoyed the first film more. Enjoyed the film that I have in first place more than this one. But yeah, Fear Street 1776 in here I have at number 2. This is also a throwback movie in this franchise, where it's very much a throwback camp slasher, so kind of similar to the first few Friday the 13th movies, Sleepaway Camp, and that sort of genre. So I thought that had a nice little charming aesthetic to it for me as a slasher fan, so I enjoyed that as well. I think the characters were much better in this film. I thought the characters in this were better than the first film, so you also have Sadie Sink getting introduced in here as well, which I thought she was a fun new addition as well. This probably has the best kills of the whole entire franchise for me, because they're very Friday the 13th inspired, with a guy with an axe chasing people around. You do have the things Friday the 13th was very memorable for, to say the least, in this film, even though it is censored. I'll admit. If you know, you know. And yeah, I did enjoy this film. It's just I don't enjoy it as much as my number 1.
It is Fear Street 1666.
And the reason why, I really was surprised by how much I enjoyed the period piece aesthetic with the 1660s as the part of the film. I thought that was probably the most entertaining part of the film, where once it transitioned back to the 90s, I was going, oh man, I really enjoyed that part. But still, I enjoyed the 90s part too, because it closes out the franchise very, very well. Characters in the first film that I thought was meh on, I think they're a lot better in this one. Kills in here pretty decent as well. Also introduces the whole entire guy with his eyes out or whatever, that's based off that picture in the first movie. So I thought it was cool them implicating that into there. Overall, I just think this was a solid way to end out the first trilogy. So yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, that is just my ranking of the Fear Street franchise. Be sure to leave your thoughts down below. As well, stay tuned for shortly after this, my Lilo and Stitch review series not review series, my ranking should be coming out as well. So stay tuned for that. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Peace.